In this series, Bible Mysteries, we're uncovering the truth behind some of the Bible's biggest secrets. For instance, did you know that many of the names mentioned in the Bible have been changed when moving from the Greek New Testament to the English Bible? How's that even possible, you might be thinking? Well, stick around and I'll explain just how. Although there are a lot of people mentioned in the Bible whose names have been changed, we're going to start with one of Jesus' brothers, a man named James. Don't you mean Jacob? James is one of 4 brothers of Jesus that are mentioned in the Gospels. He was a very prominent early leader of the church who became a figurehead after Jesus' death and resurrection. He's also believed to be the author of the letter of James, a book of the Bible emphasizing good deeds. According to tradition, James was nicknamed James the Just because of his piety, and he willingly died for the faith. But there's only one problem with all of this. His name wasn't James, it was Jacob. As sometimes happen when moving from the original language of the Bible to modern-day translations, names can change. However, there is no doubt that the man that we're talking about was named Jacob. For instance, in the Greek New Testament, the man is always called by this name, Iakovos. If we transliterate this into English, we get the following rendering, Jacobos. So, how exactly did we get the name James? Well, it all happened during the Middle Ages. In the 1300s, a British Bible translator named John Wycliffe translated the Latin name Iacomos as James. And in the year 1611, the King James Version, the mother of all English Bibles, decided to stick with John Wycliffe's translation. Henceforth ye shall be called Iacomos. Was this a good translation decision? No, not at all. We completely severed the lineage linking the brother of Jesus with the patriarch Jacob in the Old Testament, downplaying the connection between the Old Testament patriarch being the father of the 12 tribes of Israel, and the letter of James being addressed to, the 12 tribes of Israel.
Also, in the Gospel of Matthew, we're told that the grandfather of Jesus was named Jacob,
and that his family tree included the Old Testament patriarch Jacob, meaning that James was named after his grandfather, of course, Jacob. Was this decision then to translate Jacob as James politically motivated? Well, you tell me, isn't it a coincidence that the name of the king who commissioned the translation of the King James Bible is actually named James? And, well, the rest is history. That's how the very Jewish and Hebrew name of Jacob turned into James, which is a very decidedly British and Christian name. And if you think this is all a conspiracy theory, that's all well and good, but you tell me, how many Jewish men do you think were wandering around Israel in the 1st century with a British name? Oh, cheerio, fellow Israelite brethren, top of the morning to you. What do you say that after a nice batch of Earl Grey tea and biscuits, we go round up some jolly good heathen? Jesus, how exactly is James related to you? Ah, James, he's from my mother's side. 700 times removed. So, if the man's name was clearly Jacob and not James, then why do Bibles persist in calling him that name?
That I can tell you in one word, tradition.
Tradition plays a much more prominent role in Bible translation than you might think. And if you don't believe me, then just watch the next video in the series where we will learn that James isn't the only brother of the Lord whose name wasn't translated well in our English Bibles. If you enjoyed this video about how Jacob became James, then please be sure to hit the like button, and I'll see you next time.